it's just another bad day. Dark feelings are back, assaulting your heart with a panic attack. There ain't no shame in feeling depressed. You need to sit down and talk, son, get it off your chest. It's just another bad day. Dark feelings are back, assaulting your heart with a panic attack. There ain't no.
Let's crack on. I don't know if you tuned into Nickel this afternoon. Really powerful share, and one that I was quite emotional at, because I've seen Nickel's journey from start to where he is just now. So it was a pretty powerful share for me here as well. So thank you for that, Nickel. As I said there, we've got guys lined up all week. 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, I don't know if he's realised yet, but one of our fellow trustees, Robert, has signed up to do the 9 o'clock slot in the first thing in the morning. He's not the best guy to go out of bed in the morning, so good luck with that, Robert. So I'm Alex. I'm one of the Scottish trustees for Andy's Man Club. And we've got a few questions to run through that we're all answering and sharing our stories and our journeys with Andy's Man Club, and then we're open to a wee chat and a blather and just open to any questions that you might want to ask me, and I'll be as honest as I can and answer them. Just before we start, most of the stuff behind me in the bookshelf is there all the time. I've just added a couple of wee things. Andy's Man Club wall, and a wee picture of me in the ball face, but we'll come into that later on. So we're here, and with it being Mental Health Week, the theme's all about kindness, so we just want to go on and talk about our journeys with Andy's Man Club, being real stories by real people, as Luke came up with, and just tell you a wee bit about us and why we do what we do, and why we're what we do up here in Scotland and as part of the bigger organisation across the UK. So I'm Alex. I'm nearly 46, believe it or not. I know I don't look it. And my story is pretty. It's one I've shared a few times, and it's still quite difficult for me to share sometimes. So I'll give it a go. I was first diagnosed with a mental illness when I was 21, 22. I was suffering from depression and anxiety attacks. Went to my doctor and got put on medication and stuff. So, but the more I go out and talk about Andy's Man Club and share my story and my journey with Andy's Man Club, the more I realise I think I've been suffering from some form of mental illness most of my life. I was always a quiet kid and the shy one, and didn't want to go out and speak to anyone, or really quiet growing up, and just rather sit and listen to music and draw pictures and stuff like that. And off the back of what Luke was talking about on Sunday night, I've actually started writing a wee bit down. I've keep meaning to write down a journey that we took with Andy's Man Club a couple of years ago, and I started doing that, but I started writing my own story as well. So just going through that, it was one of the funniest stories I remember from school, because I always tried to be a class clown and just hide my anxieties and not come across as being stupid, but I didn't always know the answer, so I would make fun of what we were doing. And it ended up, one of the funniest things that happened in class was it was snowing one day, and I got bawled up by the teacher. What are you actually doing? I said, it's snowing, I'm looking for polar bears. And as you can imagine, most of the class busted laughing. I get sent out, told not to come back, and unbeknown to me, someone else that got thrown out that day was my future wife Amanda, who was absolutely killing herself as well. So I had a wee chuckle at that, writing that down in the computer this afternoon. So I think I've suffered for mental health issues most of my life, but about 5 years ago, 2015 it was, April 2015, was my darkest time. I'd gone through a divorce with my first wife. I hadn't been seeing my daughter, who is now 20-year-old. She was 12, 13 when we actually split up with her mum. So she was a teenager and going through what she was going through as well. I isolated myself from my friends and family and got into a toxic relationship. Moved away through to Dundee. I stayed in Perth. And just got in a toxic relationship and just didn't know how to get out of it. I was training to become a physical education instructor within the prison service where I work. So when I was off at weekends, I was doing courses to get qualifications for that. So I was having no family time, no me time, and I wasn't going to see my daughter. I took a turn for the worse, and I was getting cluster migraines, which led me to go into medication, which I took a reaction to that medication. So I went back to my doctors. They upped the dose initially, and ended up in 9 wells with a severe cluster migraine. At first they thought I was having a bleed in the brain, so scans and tests and all that, and ended up going on to different medication. But unfortunately, one of the side effects for that medication, spit it out, big man, but your teeth in, I've still got that cream egg there, was that you will have suicidal thoughts. So I was already depressed, anxious, I was having panic attacks when I was going out to the shops. So I thought everyone was looking at me and I didn't know which coffee to buy, and just daft wee things that you take for granted. And I just thought enough was enough. So I packed all my gear up, put it in boxes nice and neat in the garage, and labelled it all stuff for my daughter, stuff for mum and dad, stuff for the skip, and sorted all that. And I was standing with a noose around my neck when my daughter, who I hadn't spoken to for weeks and weeks, phoned me. And the only reason I know it was hard phoning me is because it was a different ringtone. And it just stopped me in my tracks. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you know what I mean? I've got a young daughter there, I've got a family that love me, but I just thought I was the only one that was going through it. I didn't know any other way out of it, and I just couldn't cope. So 40-year-old on the phone to my mum and asked if I could move home. And for me at that time, it was a hugely embarrassing. 40-year-old living at home with your parents, failed marriage, failed relationship, signed off my work, going through some real serious shit. But one of my gaffers at work was a huge support to me. So if you're watching, Audrey, thank you very much for being my rock in that storm. You helped me through some tough times. I got my job working in a gym, and I've kind of not looked back from there. I've put in place, which I'll talk about coaching strategies later on, things for me to benefit me and get me fit and healthy, not just physically but mentally as well. So it's all good, and my life's going up and up and up. Been working in the gym now 5 years. I'm married, just had my third wedding anniversary a couple of weeks ago on the 4th of May, hence the Star Wars stuff on the wedding shelf up there. And life's good. Obviously going through the same shit as everyone else now, that we're locked up in isolation and lockdown and not getting out to play and stuff like that. And that's kind of why I got involved. I'd been there, I'd seen the storm, and I wanted to help. I discovered Andy's Man Club, and myself and Adam were looking for a project for work. As much as we work in the prison service, we're all about their physical health. We wanted to do something for their mental health, and came across the picture. I looked just going, it's okay to talk. So that's kind of leads me on to number 2, your journey with AMC. So that was almost 4 years ago. In fact, it would be, we're coming up to our third birthday with Beth, so it's just under 4 years now. We first got in touch with Luke, Andy's Man Club, and we blagged our way into a NOMS meeting, which is the English prison service. So it was all like the high Hegians and the Supes and governors and the guys for government. And me and Adam, 2 daft PTIs, Perth, managed to blag our way into the meeting, all suited and booted, and getting asked what jail we ran and that. We just cut the dafties from Perth prison down to see Luke in a lane, and that's what we did. We went down, we listened to Luke's talk, really inspired by what we had to say and his story about Andy, and then obviously sat and had a good chat with Elaine at lunchtime, and never met such an inspirational couple in all my life. The two of them, the passion they've got for driving Andy's Man Club for, it's certainly something that's kept me going and doing what myself and Adam are doing up here in Scotland. So we went back up the road and managed to blag another wee jolly down south and went to a meeting in Halifax. And my story I've just shared with you there on Facebook, I had never told anyone that. I'd even told my best pal, who was sitting next to me in Shea Stadium, waiting for this ball to come round. And I'd known him for 15 years, and I never told him my story. I never told anyone my story. And I got the ball, which you can see above my head there, and just blurted everything out. We were in a room, I think there was 38 guys in that room that night. They all knew we were there because we wanted to take Andy's Man Club up to Scotland, but I don't think any of them would have thought we'd have come down and shared what we shared. I shared my story and kind of passed the ball to my wee pal Adam, and he just looked at me and he was like, what the fuck, big man, why have you never told me? And I was like, I've not told anyone. And then Adam shared his story, which I won't go into in here because that's his story. And I just looked at him and I was the same. I was like, how do we not know each other's story? Because men don't talk. Guys don't talk to each other about the real shit. We talk about football, we talk about films, we talk about going on holiday, cars. We don't talk about what's going on in your head, and that's what's different about Andy's Man Club. So we spoke to Luke and Elaine loads of times after that. Spoke to our gaffers. We managed to get our gaffers on board in the prison service as well. So we managed to get Luke and Elaine up to coincide with Suicide Prevention Day in 2017 September, and we launched HMP Perth, Andy's Man Club. And Luke came up and done his presentation with the prisoners, staff, invitees from outside in the community and that we work with in the community, and same powerful, absolute passionate presentation. And then he went, right, I'll ask Alex and Adam to speak. And it was like the two of us, the first time I'd shared in like that in front of people again. And I was just like, what'd you do? And then that, we kind of took it from there. We had 6 guys turn up that night for the meeting in HMP Perth. A fortnight later, with the help of Saints in the Community Mental Health Wellbeing Team, we launched at McDermott Park on the 18th of September. And I think we had 10 guys that first night. Majority of them travelled up to Halifax. Robert, Kieran, Jamie, a couple of other boys, Faz, all jumped in their motors and drove up to join myself, Adam and Luke for the first meeting in McDermott Park. And then we kind of sat there for the next 6 weeks and no one turned up. We've been on the pitch at McDermott Park, we've been in the programme, we've been on the PA, we've been in the radio, we've been all over the town handing flyers. No one was turning up. And it was myself, Adam, and one of our colleagues, who's still one of the brothers, Jim Mackay, sitting there having a cup of tea for, I think it was 6 weeks, just going through the questions, going through the motions and sharing our week with each other. And then the following week we walked in and there was a guy standing in the room making himself a cup of tea. And to actually see that, to have the vision to bring it up here, to provide what we've seen happen in Halifax, to actually then see it starting to happen in Perth was just unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And then 2 years later, myself and Adam were in Perth and we're looking down where you come into McDermott, you go down the slope and there's a wee door and you go in there. And we're looking over the top and we're all queuing waiting to come in and get a Johnny go open the door. And there were 60 guys standing there. And I just looked at Adam and went, what have we done? Do you know what I mean? To see that many guys, I think it was 62 that night, turn up, just means it's been worthwhile. Do you know what I mean? But the thousands of guys that have walked through the doors across the UK, it just blows me away every week when I see the numbers coming in. It's an honour to be involved. We've helped set Andy's Man Club clubs across the UK. We then went to Dundee. We've since opened Dunfermline, Glenrothes, Edinburgh. And we just opened St Andrews before the lockdown happened, so we'd only been 3 weeks in, I think. So that was quite unlucky the way that one's worked. So, but we'll get there. We'll get back home. We've got a couple in the pipeline that we're looking to open. And as soon as Elaine phoned us, like 19 months ago, to ask us if we wanted to be trustees of the charity, I couldn't say no. You know what I mean? I had to say yes. I was blown away. I was so humbled to be asked to be part of something that I'm passionate about and passionate about going out and promoting every day. Those that see me walking about, I always dress less and less in my work. Always got Andy's Man Club on in some form. So to be asked to help steer the actual charity going forward was just a huge honour, and one that I continue to thrive and hopefully deliver every day for the rest of the trustees. And you'll hear from Robert, one of the other trustees, tomorrow. So we've got a good team leading the charge in Andy's Man Club, right down for the guys walking through the door to the guys at the top of the tree, Luke. Even the guys walking through the door are going out and shouting about Andy's Man Club. So it's not all just us that's shouting about Andy's Man Club. Every guy that walks through the doors out there doing their own wee bit, whether it's wearing the wristband, t-shirt, a hoodie, they've got a sticker on their car. It's getting the word out there and spreading awareness. I've had lots of challenges doing this. Lots of challenges finding venues, facilitators. We've had two other clubs, and they've gone their separate ways, still supporting men with a similar aim, and it's provided us learning curves on how to grow groups. So we're trying to grow off existing groups now, which seems to be working. So it's all about challenges, and I know I tuned into Luke's live the other night. I actually forgot about it, and I tuned in just as he was talking about me, so years must have been burning. And this is why I kind of started writing my story down. October 18, we climbed Kilimanjaro to raise awareness for Andy's Man Club. So that's been my biggest challenge today, not only physically but mentally. And I was actually greeting when Luke was talking about his story, because we were the Monday night after Andy's Man Club, we had Andy's Man Club at about 4,500 metres. And then we walked about the mountain trying to get a signal on his phone. He bought this cheap Tanzanian SIM that seemingly had about 400 minutes of talk time on it, but he couldn't get a signal, so he couldn't use it. And we spent an hour. I was trying to explain to the wife last Sunday night when Luke was saying it was like the wee bit in Lion King when he holds the baby cub off the mountain. That's what we're doing to one of the guys. We're actually holding him hanging off a mountain, trying to get a signal on his phone, just so we could phone home, because it was one of the ones we just needed to speak to loved ones at home. I missed the wife, missed my kids, and just wanted to talk to them. As you might understand, we did a tough couple of days walking up and down the mountain, and it was struggling mentally. So we kind of couldn't get through, but we kind of gave up. So we were sitting drinking hot chocolate, looking up at the stars, and I just looked at my phone. I don't know why I even turned it on, and I had 4 bars. I was like, oh, I'm trying. So I phoned. Couldn't speak to the wife because it was just bubbling like a big baby. And so she was actually standing outside McDermott Park dropping stuff off to the Andy's Man Club group, talking to Jim Mackay and Nicholl. So, and then we just passed the phone round and we tried to get everyone to phone home. Well, we had a signal. I think Lisa Luke's missus refused to answer because she didn't recognise the number. We couldn't get through to Adam's wife because she wouldn't answer the phone. But we got through to Leon's wife and kids, and we got through to Eddie's kids. So it was well worth it. And one of the highlights of the trip, getting to speak to people when raise awareness at Andy's Man Club, which is what we set out to achieve. And if you look at some of the pictures on the website, you'll see that there was a 50 crew that took us up and down the mountain. We were all running about in this gear, shouting it's okay to talk, and we were speaking to people all over the world. And I think it increased our reach on Facebook for 40,000, which at that time was huge. I think we only had 13, 14 clubs when we actually climbed the mountain. And it almost doubled it to over 80,000. So for charity-wise, it was a huge thing that we did to raise awareness, and not only awareness, it just showing our guys that no matter what mountain or challenge is in front of them, together we can conquer it. So no matter what storm you're going through just now or been through, it will get better. We will get through this together. Andy's Man Club doesn't promise to fix your problems for you. We will help you fix your problems and make you a better person, hopefully, as you might have seen from Nicholl's share earlier. So that's my biggest challenge today. We've got loads to come. I've got ideas coming out of my head when I'm sitting here. I actually emailed somebody to go to Everest Base Camp, but the wife's ready to kill me, so I better not do that because I don't have my mum will let me either. So, but we've got the bus tour, as Nicholl mentioned, we were supposed to be doing, so we will be doing that again. We'll be looking to go even bigger next year when everything slows down and gets kind of back to a normality. So loads of comments coming in. I will come to your comments. I just see people are getting fed up with the lockdown and that. The lockdown's affected Andy's Man Club. We actually chose the lockdown prior to Boris Johnson announcing it, so we kind of made that decision. I think it was a week before, because one or two of our venues were starting to close the doors anyway, so we just thought it's all in policy that we just stop all the meetings. So that's when we started exploring the online stuff, which is what we're using here today. And hats off to Sabrina, Joe and Andy for sorting all that. The guys in the office have been working from home since we went into lockdown. making sure guys are alright, making sure guys are getting online and coming up with the technology to keep guys talking, which is huge. So that's off to them. They go above and beyond their contracted hours and that. So that's off to the 3 years, and all the guys across Andy's Man Club are 100% behind you and totally proud of you. So thank you for keep on supporting me. The lockdown's been strange for me because I work in the prison, so I'm a key worker. So I have been working up until I got sent home for work on a couple of Saturdays ago, and I actually tested positive for corona on the 4th of May. So it's been a strange one for us. So wife and kids, technically they're allowed out of the house yesterday. That's their 14 days up. So I've still got a few symptoms hanging about. It's just like a heavy cold. So to be fair, this is the brightest I've looked, just looking at myself on the camera. I've been sleeping most of it. So fortunately the weather's been quite good, so I've been outside sleeping in the garden on the sun lounge. So I'll go back now. I think I've been on holiday and not off sick. So that leads me on to question 3, how are you kind of yourself? So I'm kind of myself, even though I'm struggling with the virus. I'm still outside sitting in the sun, still getting up, still cutting my hair, still trying to stay clean and that, rather than just lying in my bed and vegetating, still getting up. For me, this year I've done a lot to just move my recovery on. I've started doing yoga, I've changed my diet, I've stopped drinking as much, although I've lapsed the last couple of weeks with everything that's been going on. And just exercising. And all the coping mechanisms that I've put in, which I'll talk about later on, have kind of disappeared the last few weeks. So I'm just trying to be kind to myself, and just if I feel shit, just sit and watch Netflix for the afternoon and go to sleep. I've been watching Fast and Furious this week. They're all on Sky, so I've been sitting watching them. I missed 2 of them yesterday because I fell asleep for a couple of hours, but we'll get there. Question 4. What's something kind someone has done for you? Well, as I've mentioned, we've been locked up, so we've been finding it very difficult to get online food shopping. Because obviously all the delivery slots are taken up, and to be honest, we've got quite a good support network with all the guys in Andy's Man Club. We've got a lot of family around about us as well, and we've managed that way. But just people dropping things off like cakes and shopping and books and just stuff to keep us entertained, keep us going, keep us hydrated and fed and that. So we've had loads of people being kind to us the last couple of weeks. So it does renew your faith in human kindness. I think this whole thing has people that normally wouldn't say hello to you in the street are now saying hello to you in the street in the morning and afternoon, which I think is something we need to learn as a human race and continue that kindness when we return to some form of normality. So one thing that people are doing, I've been kind to other people as well. My wife and myself have organised like high teas to Katie's grandparents and scones to a couple of family members, my mum and dad. My gran got a chippy for China, so thanks for that tonight. So we've been doing things like that. We used to set a delivery of cakes with one of the girls from Women's Wellbeing Group that's involved with Amanda, delivered through in Stirling. So we're trying to pay that forward as well, as Nicola was talking about. One of the philosophies in Andy's Man Club Birth was to pay it forward, and even if it's just handing over your parking ticket if there's an hour left on it, and paying for someone's coffee he was talking about earlier on. So it really is that easy to be kind. And I think it's quite a good topic in the situation that we're in. The Mental Health Foundation have picked that for us to use. So going forward, hopefully everyone is more kind to not just people around them, but themselves as well. So I mean, get up, make your bed, do a wee bit of yoga and that, and keep yourself fit and active. Question 5, what coping strategies do you use? So as I said earlier on, I started doing yoga. So I've always been fit. I always like going out running or out on my bike, and Adam that I work with, we're always setting each other wee challenges in the gym and who can smash what machine next. And, so I'm quite fit and quite active. So it's a huge coping strategy for me is keeping fit. And that's what I've struggled with the last couple of weeks because I'm not being able to exercise as much as I need to. Obviously the last 2 weeks I'm not able to do anything. I'm not fit to do anything. Yoga is another one I started at the start of the year. Something that I had a few conversations with Leon, one of the other trustees up the mountain, he's right into his meditation, and all Luke is as well. So it's something I've tried for years to get into, and I'm finally starting to get the hang of meditation and yoga and that. So I'm finding that's making a big difference to me mentally and physically. Believe it or not, I've dropped. I've put most of it on. I dropped a stone from Christmas right through to when I came off for the coronavirus. So I think I maybe put most of that on by eating copious amounts of cream eggs and the wife's cooking. So I'll soon shift that back off. But for me, it's fitness, getting up, even in your day off, get up, do your yoga, even 10 minutes. You will notice a big difference. So, 6, what is your goals for the future with AMC and being kind to others? I think our goal's always been the same, is to have an Andy's Man Club in every major town and city across Scotland, and that's one that we kind of sold to Luke for day one, and that's not changed. We wanted to have them in all the prisons as well, but that's proven a wee bit more difficult to start with. But now as a charity, we're kind of concentrating on the community, because the community's really exploded. So the more groups we can get in the community, the more we can support guys, even though they come out for food care and that. So we'll always keep fighting to try and get that, and we'll keep pushing the agenda of Andy's Man Club wherever we go, whoever we speak to. We always do. And I think it's about creating networks where working with a couple of local charities in Perth to provide a one-stop shop, safe space for people who go 24/7, who might be in crisis, who might just need a place to go and chill and sit and have a cup of tea or a coffee and a blether with someone who's been there, done it, and got a t-shirt. So that's Anchor House project in Perth. They're looking to open the Nook, which is I'll have living quarters as well, so people who are in crisis and maybe just need a bed for the night can bunk down and get the support they need without going through the crisis scenario of going through and being assessed at Casview or up at Motherwell or wherever they need to go. So moving forward, hopefully we can get as many organisations in Perth working together, because the more drums we can beat about what we're all trying to achieve, because we're all trying to achieve the same, we're all trying to achieve better mental health for everyone and providing safe spaces for people to go and access the services that they need. So fingers crossed that comes up and running. But should have been up and running at the start of April, but obviously we have been going on. It's kind of kiboshed that. We had hoped to have at least another one, maybe 2 groups getting ready to launch in Scotland. I had a conversation last week with someone else about another group, so hopefully, and I know Andy's working hard as well down south to get as many of these as we can, so when we do come back online in the community, we can open another couple of groups across the UK and just increase our numbers of clubs so we can support more guys. So we set a target last year for 500 men to walk through the door, and we smashed that. We've set a target now for 1,000 men. We were almost hitting that before we closed, so we're continually looking at our targets, getting as many clubs as we can. Once we hit 30 clubs, we'll then look again and see how we can get to 35 and then 40 and then 50 and just keep going till we're all over the UK. And who knows, maybe even worldwide. We've got loads of guys from Andy's Man Club that have maybe moved abroad. Andy over in Florida, do you know what I mean? People like that could end up opening an Andy's Man Club where they move to. So I personally want to help and give an input into Andy's Man Club, getting as big as possible, but keeping it real, keeping it organic, keeping it that no matter what Andy's Man Club you go into, it will be the same. It will be the same questions. It will be the same way it's facilitated. It will be everything will be the same. It's just the faces and the venue that's different. You'll still be sitting there getting asked, "How's your week been?" One positive for your week, and then you might go off your chest. It'll just be a different phase. And I guess that if we can keep to that, I think we'll be doing all right. So that's kind of me going through the questions. So
It's just another bad day, dark feelings are back, assaulting your heart with a panic attack. There ain't no shame in feeling depressed. You need to sit down and talk, son, get it off your chest. It's just another bad day, dark feelings are back, assaulting your heart with a panic attack. There ain't no shame in feeling depressed. You need to sit down and talk, son, get it off your chest.